Why things never get better at work. Now, I first want to let you know about a free guide that I have in the description of this video about mastering decision making. So if you are someone that, struggles with decisions or not really sure why you struggle with decisions and you want to learn how to make confident ones, go ahead and drop your email in that link and you'll get a free guide and workbook on making confident decisions. All right, so I want to talk about why it never gets better at work because this simple tool can help you shift your entire experience in your job. Now, what happens is it's very common to think that a certain circumstance or a certain situation is what makes things better. Like, we're like, oh, I just have a busy week. It's going to get better when, it's not a busy week, or I'm just have a lot going on this week, or it's because XYZ, right? We're basically blaming our circumstance for why we feel a certain way. And that is actually how our mind works. Unconsciously, that's our default way that we think, that we feel, and that we show up in the world. But the reason why I want to show you a different way is because it's actually not how it works. Because what you'll do is you'll keep repeating a pattern of it's going to get better when the busy week's over. It's going to get better when my boss is out of town. Like, it's not actually going to get better. You might think it gets better for a minute, or, some people make jokes about like, what do they say? Like, oh, it's just this week, or it's going to be, just one busy week. And then next week it's going to be better. And that's actually not the case. Like, you're going to keep repeating that. If you know what I mean, like if you're someone that might say that, then you might be like, oh, well, it just keeps happening. And that's because our feelings and our thoughts don't come from our circumstances. They come from us. So unless we remain open to what is, then we will always think that it's going to be better in the next week, in the next month. So if this is you, then I want you to think about how you can intentionally experience your job, your career better right now. Okay, so our thoughts create our feelings, our emotions, and then they show up in how we experience things. So in order for you to experience your job better right now, you actually have to think different things. You actually have to see what you're not quite seeing yet. You have to look within for how you are being and how you are showing up for the reason why it's not better right now. And if this is you, you can think about it like, okay, if I have the thought, it's a busy week, it'll be better after this busy week. It's not going to get better after this busy week because you still have the thought, it's a busy week. It's a busy week is a way of being that you're showing up. And that's what you want to look at. Why is it a busy week? Why can't I make my work sustainable right now? It's easy and normal to blame the circumstances. It's a lot more uncomfortable and trusting to know that you are the creator of that experience. And one way you can journal on this is auditing your experience and your thoughts in that circumstance. Okay. So looking at how are my thoughts creating what I'm experiencing in my job. And you want to look at this because you don't want to ignore the fact that this is what is happening before you change your job. Because if you do, you're going to take that with you. You're going to take that thought of it's going to be better later with you. And I like to use this as more of like an audit, like, oh, I see how I'm creating that. I see how the reason why this is true, like I'm not going to make a joke out of it anymore. I'm not going to blame my circumstance anymore. I'm actually going to take ownership for how I think and how I feel and how I show up in my job. And that is the most important part, is shifting that pattern rather than looking around you for what needs to shift. When you remain open, you allow yourself to experience things differently. You allow yourself to see what is not the normal way or the default way or the unconscious way of experiencing what you have or circumstantially in your job. And when you're able to shift this, you feel so much more confident, so much more fulfilled, and have more purpose in what you do because you are looking at what you can control. You are looking at what you can be and not what is happening around you. So think about any problem that you have right now at work as something that you can shift within yourself. And that is exciting. And I do this work inside of Elevate with my clients because you want to define who you want to be and what success is for you before you make changes. Because if you make the change, the problem comes with you because you come with you, right? One of the sayings you might have heard is wherever you go, there you are. And that's that same concept, is that your circumstances do not change you. You change you. All right. I hope this is helpful. Let me know if this perspective lands. And I, again, have that free guide on making and mastering confident and aligned decisions in the description of this video. So if you would like that, go ahead and drop your email and receive that workbook. All right. I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.